wrong button.
No, that's in honor of all the mornings that we got up at the crack of dawn this week.
Welcome to the Ethan Almighty podcast. Today is Friday, October the 3rd, and we're very happy to be here, even though so funny. I went to hit that. It's kind of startled me a little bit. I went to hit the other button, and the rooster.
I kind of like that,
Today,
it wakes everybody up.
Today is Mean Girls Day. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, I did.
I don't think I've seen that one. World Smile Day.
Okay.
What else is good? Kids Music Day.
Oh, that's a good one.
Manufacturing Day. National Techies Day.
Okay. I
National,
need more of that.
And National Wide Awakes Day.
Okay. Well, we've been wide awake a lot of hours.
You wanted to give some folks some updates today or this week. Was a super busy week with court cases. I think we spent about 21, 22 hours driving this week.
You did.
It was a lot.
Ethan and I were just really not good passengers.
It was a lot of driving. So we wanted to give people a little update. We have some other fun updates at the end, but we got some updates. So Monday, Monday we spent the day at Bowling Green.
Yep, Warren County.
We do so much driving that it made me wonder as we were going. We had this conversation, and this is if anyone wants to know what
we're resorting to now. Our conversation.
We went through Barron County,
yes,
and then got into Warren County, and they're spelled the same except for the first letter, but it sounds completely different.
Yes.
So we were wondering. I was wondering why that was, and so I just started calling it Warren County.
Yes.
So we were in Monday. We were in court for
Damien Temple.
Damien Temple. He had a dog named Draco that was super skinny, emaciated, couldn't get up in his backyard, allegedly, all allegedly. The neighbor called. ACO shows up and he says, "I don't know. It's not my dog. He's in my backyard." They take the dog into custody. Have to carry him. He can't get up and walk.
Right.
Eventually, they get some kind of evidence, pictures or something that show that dog is his dog in the backyard. They bring him in for more questioning. This is what we're told, and where he admits to. I think the story said he admitted to abusing the dog.
Yeah,
was the terminology that they used.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and the shape the dog was in, as emaciated as it was pretty obvious that the dog had been abused. So.
Yes, yeah, and when you talk about, hold on one second, let me turn off this air so it doesn't.
Okay.
You talk about torture of a cat or a dog, and you look at the bill.
Yeah.
You have physical abuse and physical infirmity, and anyone that thinks starving to death isn't torture and not painful, I urge them to look up what happens to the body when you're going through that. So that courtroom was solidly packed. Once again, that was the first time we'd been in Warren County, Kentucky. They have a really nice judicial center.
Yes, they do.
But the courtroom itself, there are a lot of people on the docket. It was very crowded. And so Ethan and I were just kind of walking outside of the courtroom, and Debbie made friends with the clerk there, which got us some good information because eventually he left the courtroom.
Yeah.
So he kind of walked out with, I think you had asked her or told her why we were there. Once she found out that he went outside to talk with his attorney out in the hallway, and then he and his girlfriend left. And we weren't sure exactly what was happening. And so because you started a good relationship with her, she came and told you, hey, they're just moving his case to another day.
Right. So it was like,
which is November the. What day is it?
Oh, goodness, I've got it somewhere. Hold on, we've got him down somewhere. Maybe I don't. November the something. Isn't he November the 10th or the 11th?
That sounds familiar. We also filed. Well, this will be an ongoing theme as we go through this week. We also filed a motion. Well, we went and talked to the circuit clerk to see what we needed to file a motion in Waring County, Kentucky, for this case to be a court-appointed animal advocate. I showed her what I had, and she said, "Just take your document and add the case number, Commonwealth versus whoever, and Waring County Circuit Court."
Right.
So we did that. Next time we're down that way, we'll file it. It has to be filed in person. So that gave me some good information on what we needed to have to file those motions as we move forward, although we filed them in several other counties anyway.
Yeah. And then it was lucky that somebody recognized Ethan again, and then the connection was made, and they, messaged back to have the Commonwealth attorney come out and have a very good conversation.
So that was very nice. So we went to, again, if we're going to drive, we'll talk to whoever.
We got to do what we can do, especially when the people are out of court in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So we try to find whatever other information we can gather while we're there. But you had a really good conversation with, what was her name? Corey Bumgarner.
Yeah. Yes. We got her card here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to step over here so I can post this link, because it probably will make some kind of a strange noise. I just want to put this link in these comments where people can actually join the show and ask a question if they'd like to. They may not.
Sure. Okay. I don't know. Am I supposed to sing or dance or something while we're waiting?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Anyway, very disappointed here.
While we were there, we went to the Commonwealth Attorney's office.
Yes.
To ask them sort of what was going on, because I think what we were told was he'd been offered a deal.
Right.
And he was going to think about it and come back on November the 10th.
Yes.
And give an answer or something. So we went to talk to the Commonwealth Attorney. Actually, the first lady that came out was a victim's advocate that we met in Lexington. She put us in touch with, she went and got the Commonwealth Attorney. We had a very nice conversation. Walked away from that conversation with the hope that there will be some felony plea with some jail time, hopefully.
Yes. And you were able to make the points which she listened to and I think took to heart, that, talking again about the person being considered a violent offender. And also the point you brought up about not living, they can say they don't have a dog, but or a cat, and we're getting into the issue where they just move somewhere else where there is a dog or cat. It's not their dog or cat, but they're still living with a dog or cat.
Right. So, and the thing you run into, why it's so important out in the state, it's important in Jefferson County too, but why it's so important out in the state is there's no list for these people to go on. So they might even do their due diligence. It might even be part of the plea agreement that they can't have a dog for a period of time, but no one is documenting that. And so you could go to that same county shelter or another county shelter and adopt a dog, and no one would know because there's no list for these people to go on.
Right. So, or they seem to be moving in with their mothers or somebody that has, and there's animals in the home. So if it's not in the paperwork when all the plea agreement is finished, as we found out in Jefferson County, it has to be in there, or they can live with animals somewhere else. So
it was a little disturbing because, and maybe I shouldn't think this way. It was a little disturbing because he was sort of a young guy.
Yeah. He is. He is a younger. Yes. Yeah. Sad.
So we got some good information from Waring County. We'll be back there next. We might even, if we have to go back down that way for a different case, we'll pop in there and file this motion that we've got, because it's got to be filed in person.
And I'm sorry, Jeff, but just to remind people again that that's the dog that they named Ethan.
Yes. I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
We'll give him the strength to survive, but
he was originally named Draco. when he got to the shelter, they named him Ethan. We found
Right.
out and saw some pictures that he has a new home, and
Yes.
his name is Kobe.
Yes. And he's living, we actually saw a picture of him in a pool. So
And
he's
well,
living,
he had a hat on.
yes, he's living the good life now, as he so deserves.
Yes, he's
So,
got it made.
yeah,
Good for him. Good for him.
yeah.
But that still doesn't mean that justice shouldn't be
No,
dealt.
exactly.
And
No,
just because that dog was saved,
survive. Yeah.
because of a phone call and some wonderful people at the shelter who knew how to take care of him, doesn't mean that person doesn't uh,
Shouldn't
deserve
be,
justice. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So
So, okay,
Tuesday we rolled down to McCracken
Tuesday.
County.
Oh, yeah.
Long drive to
That's the
Paducah
long drive. Yeah.
and McCracken County for David Howery, who that case has been going on for a while. He's been in jail for a long time. He's the one with hundreds of counts of second degree animal cruelty, but now he's got, I think it's like 19 counts of
Mhm.
Ethan's Law, the felony torture law.
Right.
In Kentucky, you can stack 4 of those Class D felonies on top of one another. So he's with 5 years max for each. So he's actually facing 20 years in prison. He was offered a deal, which was we don't know what the deal was, but it was
No.
probably we got the impression it was probably somewhere around 15 or 16 years.
Hmm.
To no one's surprise, he turned that down and wanted a trial by jury.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
trial is scheduled to start June the 15th, 16th, and 17th.
In 17. But I found out, I did look online today, and just another pretrial. He has another pretrial, May the
May
1st.
the
So
1st. And I think the judge
they're
said
going,
this will be the last pretrial before the.
yes. So I guess they'll try to get a plea from him one more time before they have to go to trial. So,
Yeah, he'll have one more opportunity. And as you and I have talked, there's I mean he's gonna serve some time, and he's in
yeah.
jail right now. And no
Yeah.
matter what his final sentence is, he will get time served for this time he's been in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and and there are probably multiple reasons why he wants to continue to drag this out. One of them
Yeah.
could be he likes the jail better than prison.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
we can't figure, I mean, we try to get into his mind, which is, I mean,
the dog
obviously
place.
he's crazy and evil, so that's probably not where we should go. But we can't quite figure out why he wants to keep dragging it out, other than maybe he, like you said, prefers the jail.
Yeah.
But,
Or, if you saw any of the conditions saw any of the pictures that the dogs were in, if he was living in
oh,
any of that situation, he's got a mate in
oh,
jail.
oh, yeah. Compared to what he put the animals through, most definitely. But yeah, he's
So we did file a motion in McCracken County uh,
mm-hmm,
to be assigned as court appointed animal advocate. That motion is set to be heard on October 17th.
correct.
And
So
just if you're following along here, that's sort of the theme that we're going to get to as we move through the week is what happens with these things. But anyway, so that motion is set to be heard before the judge on October the
yes,
17th, and that's
yes.
McCracken County. Um,
Right. And that was an interesting courtroom too, just because the judge is so quiet that you cannot hear anything barely that's being said. Judge Rourke is so very quiet. Makes it very difficult to hear what's going on.
yeah, there
So
were even some people that were there for their relatives who were
uh-huh.
incarcerated who couldn't
Hmm.
hear what was going on.
No, no. There was a lady in front of me that was obviously trying to get the attention of one of the inmates. And after they decided whatever was going to happen for the time being, she stood up in the aisle and just went because she couldn't hear a thing that happened. So yeah, it's a difficult situation for the people that are there for sure. So
I have a thought, and maybe
uh-huh.
there's a good reason why this isn't done this way. But when you go for court,
Uh-huh.
they there's a court docket, and part of
Correct.
the court docket is a percentage of people that are in jail,
Yes.
and almost every single court does the people incarcerated first.
Generally, yes.
Well, those people aren't going anywhere. Why don't you
I
have? Why
know.
do you have? Well, you have all these people on the same docket. Why don't you have 8:30 in the morning? You bring the prisoners in, and you do them, and then at
Right.
9:30 you start another docket with these other people.
Right. I mean, for example, today I, I counted there were 60 something people at 9 o'clock. Now that's not counting the inmates. So, I mean, there's no way they're going to get through that kind of people on a 9 o'clock docket, but that's the way they do it. So
It just doesn't make any sense.
it's
And
very,
we were talking a little bit earlier today about how unusual it is that there's not a standard way to run a
no,
courtroom in the state of Kentucky.
no.
There's not a there's not where the judge comes in and
Uh-huh.
sits down and gives the same instructions every single time. That's not the same around the state. It's
No,
the
no.
way that they ask for when someone is pleading guilty. That whole process is completely
Oh,
different.
very, very different. We've gone from a judge who gives, what would you say, a 3 to 5 minute just have I mean a whole list of a conversation that he has with the inmate to be sure that they understand that they're pleading guilty, to some of them that just say, okay, you pleading guilty, you understand you're pleading guilty, and they move on.
They move on, and then the
Yeah.
process for whether you need a public defender is
Oh
different. You
yes.
have some judges that
Yeah.
ask, "Do you have a job? Do you have any property?" And confirming that
Right.
they have no assets, and then some say, "Do you need a public defender?" Yes, okay, we'll get you one.
Right.
Some judges come right in and read for about 2 minutes on what your rights are.
Uh-huh.
Some judges
Yeah.
walk right in. The first thing you hear is the first case number that they want to call.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand why there's not
No.
a set thing, which will again play into this
No.
court appointed this motion that we wanted to file as we move on.
Yeah.
But we got to
Exactly.
Wednesday and drove to Christian County, which is
Yeah.
again down the same direction towards
Oh
Paducah.
yeah.
You just take
Just
it.
keep going down that same road.
You get to that one holler and you take a left and you get to Christian
Yeah.
County, as
Yeah.
opposed to keep going straight to Paducah for defendant Gmail Tribble in Christian
Uh-huh.
County, who
Right.
had this was another
Packed.
pre-trial.
Another packed courtroom.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, yes, and another packed courtroom. We had already filed a motion last time we were in town, uh,
Uh-huh.
with the thought that it may be heard at this particular uh, appearance, and it wasn't brought up at all. So
No, no,
I'm going
was
to
not
reach out.
mentioned at all.
I'm going to reach out to the Commonwealth Attorney in Christian County and find out what's going on there. But
Yeah.
another packed courtroom,
Yes.
another courtroom you can't hear anything.
No. I mean, there were, and I think I counted at one time, there were 30 inmates at least. And this was the 8:30 docket. And they went through 30 inmates before they were even starting the non. So it was interesting. Jeff has to step out with Ethan occasionally because, I mean, I think I don't know, an hour and a half, maybe
At
2 hours.
least, yeah.
I was sitting in court. So, Jeff has to step out. So I'm sitting there and I told Jeff there was a young man to my left who finally leaned over. Of course, all the inmates are up there in their orange jumpsuits. And I'd been sitting there for, an hour. He leans over and he says, "Which one's your husband?" And I said, "None of them." And he said, "Your son?" No. He
Yeah.
was perplexed why I would sit in a
Right.
courtroom for that length of time, with wondering what was going on. But yeah, so
I
it
mean,
was an interesting day. Judge was very interesting.
he was in a bad mood.
Crankiest judge. I mean, he was going to hit the two attorneys, the prosecuting attorney and the defense attorney were just having a debate, a restitution, which I thought that was the job of attorneys. And the judge looked at the one in particular and said, "Take it out in the hallway." He just kept telling them to take things out in the hallway. So yeah, he was an interesting judge. But
Yeah, part of me didn't want the motion to be heard that day because he seemed like he was in a really bad mood.
yes, I don't know if he's like that all the time, but yeah. Well, they did tell us he tends to be a little difficult, didn't they? Isn't that the wording they used? He's a little
I think so.
difficult. Yeah.
So our defendant Gmail Tribble got he got scolded because he has left the state of Kentucky and went to Ohio and failed to give out his new address.
Right, correct. Because we wondered if he'd even show up, but he
Yes,
did.
he did show up.
Uh-huh.
He so we at his next appearance he was told that he could appear by Zoom.
Uh-huh.
Because I think it's where he's going to enter a plea because it seemed like this was the first time he met his attorney.
Yes. Yeah, he'd gotten a new attorney.
The judge
As
did. He
finding
said he could
out.
apply by or he could appear by Zoom, but he did say at any sentencing phase he'd have to be there in person.
Right, right. And he
Gene,
admitted, I mean, I don't know how, I can't imagine him wanting this to go to jury. Can you, Jeff? I mean, he admitted to what had happened. So
I have this is the person that the dog peed on his rug.
mm-hmm.
And so he took the dog out in the front yard and beat the dog so severely. The
Yes.
neighbor took a video and called the
Uh,
ACO officer.
yeah.
Uh,
Baseball bat and then slamming it to the ground. I mean, it was a vicious attack, and it's all on video.
and
So,
from I've talked to someone who has seen the video, and
oh, that's
that
right. After you
it's
said that.
horrific. So
Yeah. That's why I
that's
said I
so
can't imagine him wanting that admitted into evidence in a trial.
yeah.
So,
And a lot of times, it's a little bit like when I was standing out in the hallway today, and there was an attorney and his client were
uh-huh.
there, and they were having a discussion amongst themselves. And I mean, maybe I shouldn't have been listening in, but they're right there in the hallway where I'm
They
standing.
don't try to
They
be
weren't trying.
quiet.
They weren't trying to be quiet.
No,
And so
no.
what he was telling his client is, I believe the longer we delay this, the better off it's
Yeah.
going to be for you.
Uh-huh.
And the client
Yeah.
said, I'm fine with it. He wasn't in jail, so he didn't care. So,
Right.
so anyway, I think, I think this will go. My best guess would be it'll go as long as it can go until he has to flat out make a decision. Are we doing this jury thing or not? And then
Yeah.
I think he'll make a deal. Because I'm like you. I don't think like a case
I,
like that. When there's such a horrific video, and that's going to be the main evidence
sure.
against
Yeah.
you. I,
Uh-huh.
I just don't. I just don't know how you think you're going to get off with.
Yeah. And you want people sitting there watching that and thinking, okay, you didn't do anything to this animal. I don't think I would, if I were him, I think I'd take the plea. So
Yeah.
hopefully
So
that's what will happen with his. But
his,
even today, when I was checking on one of the other cases and I had to talk to a criminal clerk today, which I never have before. But when this person had changed attorneys again, I said, there seems to be a theme with this. Is this purposely done, to keep delaying things? And she just kind of chuckled and said, well, I'm not really saying this to you, but yes. So,
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Delay, change attorneys. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like this. I don't like that. I need to think about it.
Uh-huh.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So
So,
his next date is he's in November, isn't he?
yeah, November the 2nd. And it's
November,
a pre-trial. So
and he'll appear. I'm sure he
he'll
will
do
appear
by
by.
Zoom.
So that might be one of those that we just show up by Zoom also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
You got the link. Didn't you say they gave you the link? Somebody
yeah,
was nice enough.
one of the clerks was going to send me the link. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he didn't want to back down for 2 seconds. So that was very kind. So hopefully the Zoom will work.
Yeah. See, they were all very kind. So that was Wednesday. Thursday was Pulaski County. We took a short break from driving. Pulaski County was Zach Rowlands, who has 3 charges of
Right.
torture for 3 different cats. And 2 minutes before we
Yeah.
jumped on the podcast, you got an update on what his next date is.
Yeah. it finally came up on the page. He has pre-trial now on November the 20th. So
November 20th. Okay. So
mm-hmm.
that's Zach
Yeah.
Rollins, Pulaski County.
Right.
Today was Scott County with defendants Chesney Taylor and Christian Barnett in the
Uh-huh.
case of Phoenix/Blue.
Yeah.
People know him by each name.
Yeah.
So we got there slightly early, went to circuit court, clerk filed a motion in each case, and she was nice enough to say, I'll take it up to the court right now.
Yeah, she was very kind, and she had no problem accepting it. It seemed to have a problem with the motion at all. So
Took it up to the court. Another courtroom that was packed.
Yes.
We thought,
Right.
funny
That was
story.
kind
We thought we knew who she was,
yeah.
and that she was sitting close to us. And so when she went up, when that person, you couldn't hear. Again, you
No,
can't hear. So when she got up with her attorney to walk up there, we thought that was her, and we couldn't hear anything that was happening. So
no.
when they walked outside, and I was like, I'm going to catch that attorney. Like
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least maybe, I know he can't give me details because he's their attorney, but at least he'll tell me when the next date is.
Yeah. You
So
zoomed out that building.
we caught him out. We caught him out on the sidewalk, and that wasn't even the right person.
No, no. It is so hard. These mug shots, they either come to court looking worse or they come to court all cleaned up and you
Oh,
don't recognize those.
and the attorneys don't like when they don't get cleaned up.
No, no. Yeah, that was several of them today.
So
But
we're going. So you go back in. I'll let Ethan walk around a little bit. I go back in, and downstairs I mentioned to the bailiffs down at the security desk that it's so hard to hear, and he said they have hearing devices you can get.
which I
And
didn't
I'm
know.
like, huh? How do we not know this? So
Right.
to the bailiff out in the hallway upstairs, I said, can I get one of the listening devices? And he said, oh, sure. So he goes in, gets one. You put it on, like you can hear really good, but you cannot move.
Yeah, that's what you were
Just
saying.
the slightest little bit, and it cuts out, and you got to go
Ha.
right. So you can't move, but you can hear.
Well,
So
that's a plus. I'm telling you that.
so she gets called up. Christian Barnett gets called up.
Yeah,
Her
they went on and
attorney,
yeah.
her attorney is the same guy that represented Christopher Jones in Scott
Yeah.
County. And he was the guy that admitted to shooting the neighbor's cat. The cat was Gray Baby.
Yeah, Gray Baby.
And he was not indicted.
Right.
So they've hired the same attorney. They get up
Yeah.
there, and he says, I've got Chesney Taylor, who's also my client, charged with the same thing. Can we just bring him up at the same time? They bring him up at the same time. And then the judge says, I got this motion in front of me. What is this? And they both say, I don't know. And she looks at the prosecutor and says, do you know what this is? And he says, I just saw it today, Judge, but I know he's in the back of the courtroom.
Referring to you.
Referring to me. And so I'm ready to jump up and go up there and speak. And she says, well, this motion wasn't even filed correctly, so we're just going to throw it out.
She
And
just said,
I'm like, but not filed correctly? And so they just throw it out. So Chesney Taylor and Christian Barnett get another day in court, and that's moved to, what day is that?
December the 5th.
December 5th, Chesney Taylor,
It's a
Christian Barnett.
Pre-trial.
So while we were walking through downtown Georgetown, we ran across the Commonwealth Attorney's office. So I'm like, okay, like we're leaving here and we're going to talk to them. I'm fine if you tell me it's not the correct way to file it. I just want to know how to file it, because I have now filed that in many different counties. And none of them have told me that's the wrong way to file it. Jefferson County was ready to accept it, but they need the defense attorney to have their say on it. Right. We've got it filed. We've got a motion on October 17th with another one. We're waiting to hear back from or Christian County.
Yeah.
And so I thought, okay, well, I mean, how do you want me to do this? In Waring County, the lady told me this is the information I need on it, and then you can file it. So that's the information I put on it for Scott County.
Right.
Well, we go in and talk to a very nice lady in the Commonwealth, a receptionist there in the Commonwealth Attorney's office. And as soon as she's trying to be very helpful.
She was.
And as soon as she finds out that we've met the Commonwealth attorney at the Commonwealth Attorney Conference, she calls her. And she's on the phone with her, where she tells the receptionist to tell us that in Scott County, you can't file a motion unless you are an interested party, which is plaintiff defendant, or you are represented by an attorney. Like, I just can't file a motion. I mean, I am an interested
party. Haven't heard that before in any other county.
Yeah, I'm not the defendant. I'm not the
obviously no.
I'm not the Commonwealth, but I'm an interested party because I'm who else is looking out for the best interest of this dog that they tortured, and the dog died.
Right.
So frustrating. So this motion,
it was
going back to Monday, even the other places, this motion that we filed and that has been accepted in other places, whether it gets allowed or not is one thing. That's a ruling that the judges will have to make.
Procedure
Scott County is different.
Okay.
Like, you can file it.
Right. I mean, your procedure has even changed from county to county. So, I mean, it was at least accepted. Like you said, they haven't made the judgment on it, but it was accepted. The motion itself.
I think the important point and I'm not like picking on this one particular judge, but I think it's a very important point to point out that when you become and this was a judge that told us this, right? Retired judge that told us this. When you become a judge, there's no judge training,
right,
that you get, and all of a sudden you have more knowledge than everyone else has. You just have been an attorney for a while. You've got a lot of experience. There's no extra judge training. And some folks that I've talked with the Legal Animal Defense Fund have said any judge in the country has the ability and the power to assign an advocate in any case out there.
Right.
Now, whether they want to or not is another thing. But they have the ability to do it.
Are they even aware that they have that?
Or are they aware? Or do you even know that you can do that? Which is why it's so important to have these advocates, because not you expect that, your prosecutor, even if you've hired a defense attorney, that they just know everything.
And
they don't know everything. As a matter of fact, the prosecutor just look at the dockets.
Right.
The prosecutor has a ton of cases to go through.
A
ton of cases. How about having a little bit extra help on this one right in the middle that's an animal case, that's someone that can say to you, hey, this is the things you need to ask for if you're going to ask for a plea. Make sure that these criteria are in there. Hey, make sure that this person, you can argue the fact they might be a violent offender. Hey, make sure that that they know that just not feeding this dog, that's torture too, not just hitting a dog or a cat. So it's not to say no one's not doing their job. It's just to help.
Yeah, exactly. And because it's not an excuse for them. They still need to know, but it is new. It's uncharted territory. And so some of them just don't know what to do with it.
No,
but I will find out.
Well, next move, I think, is going to be reaching out to the Commonwealth attorney in Scott County, excuse me, and saying, hey, I filed this motion. It was struck down. Can you please refile it for me? I mean, the prosecutor's an interested party. Can you please refile it for me? And please refile it. And if you don't want to argue it, I'll be happy to.
Right. And why wouldn't that prosecuting attorney be glad to have another person speaking on behalf of the animal? So
anyway, today was a little frustrating as we left there, but again, that's just a little roadblock right there.
It is. It's another hiccup, another way, it's another little obstacle that you'll figure out how to go around, Jeff. I know you will.
So. We'll figure it out. So there were, all right. So Rollins, you gave that update on him that you got right beforehand. There was,
there are a couple more if you want those.
Yes, please.
Okay. Jimmy Reynolds and Tammy Richmond in McCracken County were this week also. Their new date is December the 2nd, which is now a pretrial. So it was an arraignment. It's gone to pretrial.
Okay.
And then
And to
interesting.
remind folks real quick what those two.
Oh gosh, they left the dog in the car overnight, went somewhere, came back, got it out, laid it on the sidewalk. It started seizing, and they did nothing about it. So somebody else saw it, I think, is what happened. But they left the dog in the car for overnight, is what I'm thinking. I remember, but yes, it was seizing on the sidewalk. So, and then the other one is the one that I called back that was interesting is the Jackie Harden, because it was on the docket today for the trial to begin. And so that's when I called them and they said, no, the trial didn't begin. And I said, the trial didn't begin. What happened? And that's when she explained to me that there was a new attorney. So all new dates, and that's in Henderson County. And let me see if I can see what I know. I have what he did.
While you are looking at that, I mean,
he tied his dog to the porch, left it out there with no food or water.
And the dog died on the porch.
Mm-hmm.
They found the dog. This is how, unfortunately, this is how often these things happen. As we're talking, I get this video. I get this video sent to me from Logan County Animal Care and Control. They've got a $500 donation leading to the person in this blue truck. I'll see if I can share the video later. Who shows up to Logan County Animal Control, and you see the fenced in pen, and he takes three dogs one by one out of his truck and throws them over the fence.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll see if I can post that video later. There was also what I was looking at was, this is how ridiculous things are. So we've got a case in and it's not even Ethan's Law, but in Lexington, Fayette, or the assistants of Lexington police are charging this lady, Lisa Marie Wright, with sexual crimes against an animal.
Yes.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know. That case, I mean, they're all disgusting, but that one is
disturbing.
It's yes. The mental, I don't know. I don't even know what to say for anybody that would do that to an animal.
Yeah. So were there any more updates?
Nope, I think that's all.
Okay.
I think,
and then so we got the Mercer County folks on.
Oh yeah, next week.
Yes.
Yeah, there's only one court date next week because it's for the whole Mercer County.
Yeah, I think all of Mercer County is being called, is on the docket for, and I shouldn't say that. They're very wonderful people in Mercer County.
They are.
A lot of them are very nice to us as we come to court, but there are quite a few people on the docket for October the 8th in Mercer County for animal cruelty. So
yes, and it's Gabrielle Fulmer again, and Hardin, Nichols, and Ransdale.
Yeah. So to answer your question, yes, we will be in Mercer County on October the 8th. All right, on to a couple little fun things here. On October the 12th, I want to make sure I get this information correct.
Oh, and don't forget the McCracken food drive too.
Yes, on October the 12th, let me get the right date here. Bark and Wine at Richmond on the River. That is in Milton, Kentucky. Richmond on the River on Sunday, October the 12th, 2025, from 2 to 6. There's a food truck alley, vendors, wine tasting, silent auctions, on-site adoptions. Ethan will be there. Photo booth, of course. Anytime he's around, there's a photo opportunity.
It's an automatic photo booth.
this Richmond on this Bark and Wine at Richmond on the River is supporting the Henry Trimble County Animal Shelters. If you have some time, hopefully the weather is good, take a little drive down to Milton, Kentucky, to Richmond on the River. It's beautiful. It'll be a wonderful event on October the 12th from 2 to 6.
Yeah. Shout out to Heather out there, who was instrumental in, first conviction out there. So.
Yes. So October the 12th there. Then we have, I didn't make a little thing of this, but let me pull it up. I thought I'd made a picture of this, but I didn't. This is on October the 22nd. I'm going out of order here. October the 12th, Richmond on the River, Bark and Wine. October 27th or 22nd, 2 Wednesday at 7 p.m. at Waldo's Chicken and Beer. We did this last year. And
Yeah.
it's Ethan Almighty's Halloween trivia fundraiser.
It was fun. We had a lot of fun with the trivia.
It was
Didn't
packed
do well.
last year. Everybody in the place was playing. It was a lot of fun. This is Halloween pop culture trivia. $20 per person. Prizes for first, second, and third. All money goes to Ethan Almighty's Blessings. That is Wednesday, October 22nd at 7 p.m. in Norton Commons. Waldo's Chicken and Beer, Ethan Almighty's trivia fundraiser.
Yeah.
The next thing I did make to bring up here is Sunday, October 19th. Again, going out of order. Sorry for you folks that are OCD. Ethan Almighty's Car Show. It's sponsored by Bob Hook Chevrolet. This is at the Sportsdrome Speedway in Clarksville, over in Indiana.
Right.
This is going to be really cool. The cars are going to be out on the track that they race on. There's going to be live music from 10 to 1. There'll be some music played over the like an iPad or just a playlist of music. From 1 to 3, we have the Southern Sirens coming to play music. One of those young ladies was a participant in American Idol for a bit. She's won a lot of local little idol contests. They're really good. I saw them a couple years ago. That's Southern Sirens from 1 to 3. There'll be food there. There will be an Ethan booth where you can buy all kinds of cool things. There will be raffles that we'll give away probably on the hour. Every hour, we've got some really cool painted hubcaps. We've got. It's going to be a really fun, cool event. Hopefully, the weather is good. It's free for anyone to come out to, so bring the family out there. If you want to enter your car, it's only $20. Show up that morning. The gates will open at 8. And for folks that are anyone that comes to car shows is super worried about your car, you will be going from asphalt to asphalt, no gravel. It'll be fine. It's only $20. All the money goes to Ethan Almighty's Blessings. It will be a wonderful time. That is October the 19th from 10 to 3. You don't want to miss it. Lots and lots of.
There'll be silent auction items and a few vendors too. So
yes, you're right. There'll be some vendors there. If anyone wants to be a vendor, reach out to me.
Yeah, reach out. Let us know.
it'll be a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be a
lot of fun. Like I said, free event for the family. Bring them out, walk around, look at the really cool cars. There are awards for the cars. I think there is a best in show. Then there's a top 10. In the first 100 cars that enter gets a dash badge. That's a really cool little thing. Another really cool thing coming up is we're working on a really nice place where we can get a lot of Ethan merch sort of in one spot where you can, my goal, my hope, vision is you pick a logo. We've got, or a design, I should say. And then you pick that, and then you pick the product you want it on. Bada bing, bada boom, mailed off.
And there you go. It'll give more options than what was available through Amazon. So it'll be good.
Lot of visions there, and another vision that I would like to see is, again, we drove 22 hours this week. I'll drive 22 hours every week if we need to, if that's what it takes, and that's what it's going to need. But eventually, you want to get to the point where we've got a group of folks around the state that have gone through a training to be an animal advocate. And we've got a group that will even come in and do the training. And we create that. And when there's a case in Western Kentucky, case in Eastern Kentucky, we've got a guy, a girl, group that will get there, file the motion. And we want to work with the Commonwealth attorneys, the county attorneys. I mean, we want to help. We want to make sure that we're helping and
on the same side.
Yeah. We just want to do what we can to get justice for the animal victims. In Kentucky, the cats and dogs in Kentucky. So that is, we hopefully have a really fun movie announcement to make pretty soon.
Oh, Oh, that sounds very interesting.
So as soon as I get the okay, we'll have a big announcement about the movie. Maybe even have a couple special guests come on to talk about the movie
Ooh.
and how it's moving forward. So really excited about that. So
Right. Sounds good. And just throw it out there. Just one other thing. Like I said, Jeff, is the McCracken County is always so good to
yeah,
us.
I'm glad you
They
said that.
are
One more thing. We'll
so,
put that up there. All right,
yeah,
so go ahead.
they are so kind every time we go. And I just think this is awesome that the deputies out there are even collecting for the animals. So if you live in that area, stop by at the McCracken Courthouse. They've got a table set up. They are taking any kind of food and supplies, and they are also taking monetary donations. So,
Yep. So that's at the courthouse. This particular thing
well,
that they're
right now
really
it's
hosting.
running. You can donate there also, but
Yeah,
they're
donate at the courthouse, and then they have this date
yes,
on November 8th from 10 to 2 in front of
right.
Rural King, where they're collecting pet food and supplies.
Right. But that one of the chief bailiffs in there that's always so helpful and so kind to us is, kind of spearheading this, I think. And it's, just if you live in that area, help them out. So,
Yeah, help them out. They're very kind, and they are
yes.
very serious
And
about.
they really care about the animals, and
Yeah,
they are wanting these people that have been in court to be punished to the full extent of the law. So,
yeah, very well
oh,
said. Anything else?
I think that's it.
I think that's it. So this weekend, I know if you're anywhere close in the area, great. The Steamboat Days, or I think they even now term it Steamboat Nights, is going on over in Jeffersonville. Um, St. James Art Fair is this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Harvest Homecoming, I think the parade is tomorrow, and the booths and everything start next week. We'll probably venture out to several of those and hand out some more car show flyers. We went to the car show this past weekend at Iroquois Park and handed out, between several of us, handed out hundreds of flyers, hoping to draw as many folks in as we can. So
Yeah.
there are some fun things happening around the community. So if you live close by, get out. If not, enjoy the weekend. Hope your weather is good. And again, as soon as I get someone says go
Go
for
ahead.
it, we'll make this announcement about what's happening with the
Oh,
movie.
and we should hear soon about the American Humane.
Oh yes,
So
American
stay
Maine
tuned
Hero
for that.
Dogs. I think originally it was going to be like today they were going to announce
Right.
winners, but I know, speaking with a couple folks, they're working with the best way. They want to get the best bang for the buck. They want to be able to make the big splash when they make the announcements. So last I heard, they were working on a good spot to announce the winners on. So good luck to all those folks.
Right.
And I'm
Right.
hoping that the five winners we'll be able to have on and have a
Yeah.
quick chat with them about how excited they are about it,
Yeah.
and
So
about how excited their time in Florida is. The Hero Dog Gala is January the 9th. Is that right? Friday, January the 9th
February 9th. Yeah.
in West
Mm-hmm.
Palm Beach. So it should be a good
Right.
time.
Yeah. Okay. I'm excited. I can't wait to see who the finalists are. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll
Hopefully we've met some of them.
hopefully so. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Thanks, Deb.
Okay.
Appreciate you this weekend putting up with my driving. Thanks to everybody for
Yeah,
listening.
that's
Thanks for all your support. We've got one last thing is we've got a really fun little fall
oh yeah, you
porch
do.
package that
Yeah.
will be the next sort of Ethan needs to find a new home. Several different pieces,
The next
like a
opportunity.
pumpkin porch package. It's got several
Yeah.
different things in there. So over the next day or two, I'll probably put that up. And
It will totally decorate your porch. You won't have to
so,
do anything.
Joe, you won't have to do anything. You'll look all
Nope.
fall and Halloweenish.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I'll get up this weekend the signups for the next kindness clinic, which will be Sunday, October 26th,
Oh,
for free spay and neuter.
yeah. Lots
Can't
going
forget
on.
about that.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, thanks, Abby. Have a wonderful
All
evening,
right.
everyone. Have a good weekend, and we'll
Yeah.
post all this other